If you landed on this page, it's because you are a woman who feels like there is not enough of you to go around, which most of the time leads to you feeling like you are not enough. I'm Jenny Rae Oates, and I'm standing here at the Cumberland River in Nashville, and the Tennessee Titans Stadium is directly behind me. As you look at where you're at right now in life, there is a gap between where you are and where you want to be. You want to be over there in that stadium, playing in that game on that level, but you're stuck over here on this side, and you have no idea how to play a bigger game in life. You've been playing your life, your relationships, and your business not to lose, instead of playing to win. Playing not to lose has you settling for the Pee Wee League, when deep down inside, you know you have what it takes to play at a much higher level. But the huge gap from over here to over there feels impossible to cover, when in reality, it's just a small shift, a 1 degree turn that will get you doing more of the things to help you win. The other reason you may have landed here is because you're a burnt out mom and businesswoman that knows that there is more out there for you. You feel stuck in a cycle of overworking, giving 110% at the cost of yourself. And you're really unsure how to manage your energy or your output in order to maintain a sense of balance and peace. It's not that you're broken or that your life completely sucks. You just know that you can create more and that there's bigger life, more fulfilling connections, bigger things waiting for you, and you're not sure what's holding you back. For all the time, the energy and intentionality that you have invested into your marriage, your home, your career, you thought you'd be further along by now. Everyone else seems to have figured out how to have a good marriage, or seems to know how to do business at a much bigger level than you've ever been able to. I believe you being here is not an accident. You landed here because you are ready to take radical ownership of who you are as a woman and what you long for in your relationships and business without guilt or shame. And you're ready to build the life you want versus settling for the life that you have. If that's you, stick with me for the next few minutes. And I'm gonna show you how. I am gonna show you the skill of confidence that has helped me to build multi-million-dollar organizations and restore a marriage that nearly burned to the ground. You see, I used to think confidence was something that you're born with, or that some people have and other people just don't. But I'm gonna show you that's not the case. I'm also gonna show you the war that goes on inside of your mind every time there's a decision for you to make. When there's something in front of you that feels or seems like it's gonna be really, really hard to do. I'm gonna talk to you about the gap in your life, where the gap between where you want to be and where you are, but more importantly, how to close that gap and get the results that you want. In a moment, I'm gonna uncover the reason why you haven't gotten further in your relationships or your business by now. And I'm gonna talk to you about the next 10 years of your life and how they could look exactly like the last 10 years or worse if you don't take decisive action here today. All right, sis, come for a walk with me for just a second. Confidence is a skill that you develop, one decision at a time. Indecision is a decision, and it breeds mistrust with yourself and insecurity in your abilities, which then leads to a lack of confidence in yourself. Your life today is a reflection of all the decisions or the indecision that has happened up until now. And the only way that you overcome that is to begin to rebuild trust with yourself through decisive and effective action. But herein lies the problem. There is a war that goes on inside of your mind every time you go to make a decision. I believe that war comes from a lifetime of training yourself to see and meet everyone else's needs first, and to manage all the things in your world around you. So you spend a whole lot of your time and energy focused on things outside of you, which has left you in this season of your life lacking on really, really important things inside of you, things that you know are required for you to go to your next level. So then you feel like an imposter and at war with yourself. I know what it feels like to battle imposter syndrome and indecision, to fake it till you make it, to appear strong on the outside, but inside feel like you're about to fall apart. I know what that feels like. Your indecision is costing you, friend, the future that you want. And I think that you know that tolerating it and drowning it out with busyness, or taking care of everybody else, or maybe workaholism, like doing all this work, but it's not really productive, or focusing on fixing your marriage or your spouse, it's only gonna leave you more dissatisfied and unfulfilled. The gap between experiencing the life that you want and the one that you're living is not because of your spouse or a difficult child. or maybe a business that you think doesn't work. You're where you're at simply because of your limiting beliefs. You and I receive what we believe. Your life today is a direct reflection of what you believe. So how do you close the gap? You are both the obstacle and the way, meaning if you created those beliefs, you can also recreate them. But in order to do that, you need a guide. You have had these beliefs for so long and you operate on autopilot with them that you would not even be able to spot the ones that are holding you back from playing in that bigger game. I am sure that you've tried. I'm sure that you've tried up until now all sorts of things to stop it and you can't figure it out. But what if I could guarantee you that there's a way to stop feeling like you're not enough, and that you can create a life of confidence, clarity, and strength to rise above any obstacle and reach your full potential? Well, there is. And you can get it now at my newest event called Rise. Rise is a transformational weekend experience for success-minded women who want to have it all. Specifically, it's designed to help ignite your feminine fire, next level confidence, the kind that shatters glass ceilings and compels you to accomplish what you set out to do. Next level clarity, the kind that sparks life, motivation, and vision for what you really want in your relationships and business. And Rise pulls out next level strength, inner strength, that matches the image of strength that you project to everyone. The kind of strength that carries you through setbacks, failures, losses, and disappointments. Because right now, friend, you look strong. You're doing a lot, but inside, you feel like you're about to break. And you feel like you're lacking in the grit and tenacity and belief that you'd really need to shift your life from good and okay to great. I was at the height of my career in my late 20s and the top 1% of my network marketing company, and I'd also launched another really successful online fitness business. And in my personal life, I had made it through the tragic loss of one of my children in an unexpected accident. I was honestly a pillar of strength to my friends and family, like I imagine you are. Yet inside, I was terrified. I was afraid of failing, of not being able to keep up with everything I'd created. And I think at times I was really afraid of who I was in the midst of all the hustle and the craziness, what it brought out of me. But rather than letting my fear paralyze me, I let it lead me down a path of discovering how to do what it takes to create my next level of success without personal burnout or without blowing up my relationships. What I discovered helped me to 15x my business results and also create a fulfilling marriage that's rooted in honesty and connection and partnership. Because before, I was ready to call it quits on it all. I mean, literally call it quits. I had divorce papers in hand and a business resignation drafted up. But with each obstacle I faced, I learned how to rise stronger, more confident, and more proficient at creating the results that I wanted in all areas of my life. People have really asked me since the time that I was a little girl how I have learned to rise above every hard thing and somehow turn it into something productive and profitable. And for a long time, I thought maybe I was just crazy. Like I have some sort of savage self-discipline or abnormal drive that leads me to get the results that I do. Until I figured out I wasn't crazy. All I was doing was living by a system, a code of ethics. I spent 3 years decoding and deconstructing and reverse engineering what I was doing, and that system turned into Do It. The system is the very one that I have used with my hundreds of clients that have gotten massive results in their own marriages or families or businesses. And it's based on behavioral neuroscience and how your brain makes decisions that are getting you the results that you have right now. One thing I really want you to understand is this: there really isn't anything special about me. It's simply my reliance and my willingness to live by a system that empowers me to do what I do. By following the system, you will leave Rise Weekend fierce, feminine, and full of fire. This alignment will empower you to make the decisions and have the conversations that are needed for you to play at a much bigger level. You'll be rebuilding trust with yourself through micro wins in the process that I've laid out for you. So you're going to be able to leave this experience and set bold targets and be certain that you're going to hit them. Now, if I asked you right now what you don't want, you probably know exactly what that is. But in order for you to build the marriage or the business of your dreams, you have to get absolutely clear on what you do want. You'll experience at Rise a shift from operating in the masculine strength where you take it all on, you try to shoulder everything and do it all and be it all for everyone. And you're going to shift it into a feminine strength that brings alignment and abundance. And lastly, you're gonna leave Rise with a fresh level of commitment to yourself and reaching the potential that you know that you have. You're gonna be committed in a different way to your family, to your business, to your health. What Rise includes is this. It's a simple step-by-step strategy. I'm gonna map out for you exactly what I did and what my clients are doing to get results. You're also gonna get pre-training and coaching and material to get you ready before you ever step foot in the room with me in Nashville. Rise also includes a weekend immersive experience where we are gonna dive deep into the Rise process and my proprietary Feminine Fire framework. You are gonna receive world-class mentorship and support and collaboration from other stellar women on the journey with you. At this stage of the game, you're probably asking yourself, okay, I get that this works for others, but is it gonna work for me? Yes, and I can give you a formula that will guarantee your results. Like, there is an actual formula that guarantees you results every time. If you wanted six-pack abs, let's say, you would find somebody that already had created the formula for six-pack abs, and you do what they do. So step one of guaranteed results is to find someone with the formula for success. And then if you tried to execute it on your own, statistics actually show you'd fail. And that's number two, is association. You need to actually surround yourself with people who can hold you to what you say you want, who want the same things as you, because you become like the 5 people closest to you. What are the voices right now that are winning in your life? Next is a guide. You need somebody that's been there before, somebody who already knows how to solve the problem you're trying to solve, how to get the six-pack abs. And the fourth piece of the puzzle is a financial frame on yourself, because the reality is we don't value what we don't pay for, and we value a lot things that we pay a lot for. So if you can learn to raise the financial frame on yourself, you up your ability to produce, and to produce a lot. I have seen this to be true over and over in my life. Now, I have developed an actual process to walk you through all of this. And I'm gonna do it in the context of a group of women who are seeking to accomplish the same things that you wanna accomplish. Those are your associations that will help you get to your next level. These are no BS kinds of women. Their lives, their marriages, their families, their dreams are all on the line. They know they have to do something different to get something different. They all know that they need to ignite their feminine fire. And you're gonna need a guide. I will be your guide inside of this Do What It Takes program called Rise. And you're gonna need a financial frame. Yeah, that's there because, well, this doesn't happen for free. Everything that I do is professionally done to give you the greatest experience, and it costs money. Plus, I've invested over $100,000 in learning and growing, and you get to take advantage of that for far less. And it's there because it creates financial leverage for yourself. You know you're gonna show up and do what you say you're gonna do. You have been showing up for everyone else. It is time to bust through the glass ceiling and do something for yourself, and this is your leverage. Now, if this sounds like results that you want, like the results that you came to this page looking for, I want you to click the button and start filling out your application right now. An application is actually the only way in, because this program isn't for everybody. I designed this event for a very specific type woman. And the only way to know if you're that type woman is to fill out the application. It is going to help us at Do It to know who you are and to understand who you are so that we can meet you there. The one reason you haven't gotten further is you. You are your greatest asset and also your own worst enemy. I know that personally because I am the only one who's ever been able to sabotage my success. It took me years and hundreds of thousands of dollars to discover that I was a woman who was secretly full of fear. And all I really wanted to be was a woman that was full of fire, that could actually ignite the same fire in others. And I think that you want that too. A really big question I have for you is, what happens if you don't decide to do this? Where are you at in here? Are you burnt out, resentful, depressed, disconnected from the people that you love? What about in the next 5 to 10 years? What if nothing changes? How's your marriage? Have you settled for coexisting? Is there even a marriage? How does that impact the legacy that you dreamed of leaving? How are your relationships? Are you in cycles of drama that drain you? What about in 10 years? What's your relationship like with your kids? Do they call? Do they come home for Christmas? Or is there disconnect there too? What about your business? Did you hang it up? Did you quit? If you are ready to stop settling for the life that you have and build the life that you want, click the button, start filling out your application. This is the time, friends. Spots are limited. I'm only taking a handful of women through this experience. Stop thinking about it. Let's stop talking about it. You don't need to see more or understand more. Now's the time to take action. You don't overthink things when you need to do something for others. You only do this when it's for yourself. Now is the time to do something for you. Click the button, start filling out your application, and I'll see you on the other side.